Well, hello, and welcome to Cozy Couch Corner again for another episode of Tea and Tarot. And it's hotter than it was yesterday. Yesterday's was lukewarm, wasn't it? I'm still late today, but it's hotter. I think I got up later. Oh, it was snow. It snowed all night, and it snowed this morning, and it was that sort of dark grey, blizzardy look. Sun's come out now. Sky's brightened up. I couldn't even see past the entry line. This morning. I did take pickies and I posted them. One with the sheep in, and I looked out earlier in the sun, and the sheep are just lying down in the snow. And they must be so well insulated, I tell you. I mean, I know wool, right? Even on their bellies, they must have. What about their little legs? I don't know. Anyway, they're they're lying down in the snow. How they eat, I don't know. How they find the grass through the snow, I don't know, because they've just been out all over the field. They've not been like in the edges, and some of them are in the edges and the hedges, eating, but most of them are just out on the field in the snow. So they must be getting at the grass through the snow or something. Oh, you'd have a cold nose, wouldn't you? But when the snow was still falling, there was a couple of crows flying, and I thought, I'm sure it's snowing. It was snowing. And the crows were flying, and I'm thinking, I didn't think that was possible, but okay. I guess it was quite lightish, but it's like, how do you navigate that when you're flying? I don't know. And they don't have little windscreen wipers for their eyes, do they? No. So it's pretty. I just slapped the heating back on for a couple of hours because it goes on overnight a few times, and it was not that warm still, so freezing temperatures. Put the heating on more. At least I can, so that's right. Had a bit of a scary incident yesterday. I was lighting the fire and the match lit, but only the end bit, and it flew off. And I didn't know where it went. It kind of went past my eye. And it was lit, and I'm like, where the heck did that go? But I couldn't find it. And I thought, well, I don't want something smouldering away, do I? And I don't know what the top of a match would do. It didn't have the rest of the match. The match was still in my hand, so it didn't have the wood to set a light. But that funny little bit on the end was a light as it flew past my eye. So I then proceeded to try and rummage through everything to see if I could, because I'd not really know where it went. And then got a jug of water just in case, and just thought, can't find it, don't know where it went. We'll just have to. I couldn't smell it, couldn't smell anything burning. But yeah, sat here for the evening with half a jug of, well, it's like a huge litre jug or something. Or was it more than that? Anyway, it's a huge jug, and I was like, oh, I don't need all of it. I'll just half full and just keep my eye out and keep smelling. And I still haven't got my smoke detector. So for upstairs. So it's like, oh no. But it was all right. It was a bit, it did kick my anxiety off a bit and my stomach. But it was all right, and it was just like a bit, oh my God. And I stayed up plenty long enough to make sure there wasn't anything going on. But when you don't see where it goes, you just don't know. It was one of those, I have no idea where that went. I can tell you that it flew past my eye, but everything happened so quick and I wasn't expecting it. I don't know whether it went that way or it went that way. And I was checking my clothes because I'd forgotten to take my fleecy body warmer off, and my hat, my furry hat, and it was like, I think I checked them first in case it landed on me. And then it was like, well, what else is around, and have a check. So I have to be more careful with my matches when I'm lighting the fire. I've decided I have to light them in the stove rather than sit there and light them and then move, and then put them in the stove. I would have hands in stove, light match in stove. So then if anything flies off, at least, well, it could still fly out towards me, but it can't fly 3 directions anyway, or up or down. It will be somewhat contained. That was a bit of a weird experience anyway. Right, I'll do the tarot. Okay, what message do you have for us for Tuesday, the 6th of January, 2026, please? Ooh, we're actually shuffling today. We're not just taking them off where we were taking them off. Oh, I'm not having that one. Am I having that one? Am I having any of it? No. Pack split, and then we're not having that one. Okay. Oh, we're having that one. That was very clear. Thank you. King of Coins. So, try and get that. King Coins upright. And this one upright. 9 of Swords upright. Did I say 2025 or 2026? I have no idea. They know what I mean anyway. We're having this one as well. Right, okay. Upright. The Hermit. Right, I'm shuffling cards around now. I've only got 2 knees. Right. This one. Any of these? No. Right, okay. King of Coins. The ruler of coins. So the ruler of practical things, or physical things. Money, body, material things. Okay, we feel like we're carrying the world on our back, and a lot of responsibility. We all have times like that, don't we? And it feels heavy, and it's weighing us down, and it might be taking our joy. What are we going to do about it? On the image I see is they just pick it up and put it there and just take it off. We can do that. I don't know how you're going to do that. Just offload all your responsibilities. We're going to give them. We're not giving them to other people. We're just going to stop. We're just going to stop doing them. Okay. It's not all responsibilities. I was just going to say. If I don't do the washing up, I'm not going to have any pots to eat out of, am I? There's some responsibilities that aren't ours, and they're weighing heavy. If you resent something, or you resent doing something, that's a clue that you really don't want to be doing it. So it's getting rid of responsibilities that aren't ours in the first place, that are weighing heavy on us, or they're taking time and energy and attention away from what we need to be doing or what we want to be doing. Okay. A 9 of Swords. A self-fulfilling prophecy. So So that's about things coming to fruition. And it's making sure it's things that we want and not the things that we don't want. What we're focusing on, what we're thinking about, what we're planning. Which, when things are going wrong and stuff's a bit rubbish, that can be hard, isn't it? Because when we have issues, it takes our focus. It does. And we kind of get, I say we get emotionally attached to problems, but we do. And then we're sucked into that, and we're all invested in something that's wrong. But it's thinking more about solutions and what can go right. And sometimes, if we're not in a good state of mind, it's going to take some effort, isn't it, to make us think of the good outcomes, to make us think of positive things. And that doesn't mean I don't want toxic positivity, because that's really not helpful. That's actually quite damaging. But it's just, you've got to deal with what you've got to deal with, and you've got to acknowledge when things are wrong and when things make you feel like crap and things upset you and things make you angry and things make you cry. It's acknowledging that and then going, okay, what can I do about it? Okay, what outcome would I like from this? What needs to happen? What do I want to happen? How are we going to bring this back up? So, I'm getting focusing on solutions rather than problems. I mean, sometimes it's very difficult. You don't know what the solution is, or you can't necessarily action it immediately. But it's putting your energy and your focus into solutions and not problems. And that'll help pick you up, and looking for positive things, even little things, to try and pick yourself up a bit without the toxic positivity and without the emotional bypassing or the spiritual bypassing. Okay, what more have we got on this? Don't forget to praise yourself for all your achievements. Don't forget to lift yourself up. Don't forget to speak positively about yourself, especially to yourself. There's a lot of us have been programmed with a lot of criticism and a lot of negativity about ourselves because that came from other people, and that's lodged somewhere in our subconscious, and that sneaks out, doesn't it? So it's catching ourselves if we're criticising ourselves, if we're putting ourselves down. If we don't think we're good enough, because you're all good enough. We're all good enough. If you don't think you're capable, you're more capable. We're all more capable than we think we are. And getting away from perfection, because that just stops us even starting. When we do something new, we're not going to be perfect. Even if we've done something 100 times, we might not be perfect, but we're doing the thing. Okay. The Hermit. Looking inside is the first thing I got. Does that... Yeah. So looking inside, and again, That's looking at where and why we've taken on responsibilities we didn't want and that are weighing heavy. And it can be an idea for some people to look at how that happened. Oops, I've just knocked my flask over there, moving my legs. Right. Looking inside at thinking about the other two cards, looking at how we ended up in a situation or why we ended up in a situation where we have more responsibility than we want, or that we've got responsibilities that aren't ours, that are paying heavy. Sometimes it's easy to say people pleasing, isn't it? But sometimes that's it, and that's a trauma response often, and we don't really think about it. It's been so automatic for so long, or saying yes. I mean, how many of us just say, or have spent far too much of our life saying yes to things that we didn't really want to say yes to? So it's sort of a bit of introspection, looking at, I mean, you can also assess what responsibilities you've got and what responsibilities you need to let go of, and how things are affecting you. If things are dragging you down, if they're exhausting you, all the rest of it, then yeah, change it. It's change it or leave, isn't it? And yeah, accepting it if it's not healthy, not helping you. And then the other part is the self, is how we talk about ourselves, and most of that's internal, but we can do it externally. People make jokes, don't they? Somebody made a joke to me a few months ago about their weight. Self-deprecating humour, that's the thing, and that's not that really doesn't fill us with joy and positivity, does it? So looking at our internal dialogue, looking at how we talk to ourselves, how critical and judgmental we are. Are we encouraging ourselves? Somebody once said you should talk to yourself like you talk to a dog you like. Which, if you think about it, and you start, it's quite funny. Who's a good girl? It is quite funny. If you try doing that, if you need to laugh, start talking to yourself like you're a dog. It's quite funny. But it's about, yeah, being positive to ourselves, not being critical, not being judgmental. But the first step is finding it, because I mean, I caught myself doing something the other day, and it was just like, no, stop it, stop saying that. That's not right. And we've been taught to be judgmental and critical of ourselves. And the perfectionism thing. Oh my gosh, get rid of it. Yeah. And they say we're done, so we're done. They are then.